This is Todd. Let me go ahead and pull up the YouTube video on my iPad so I can see all your guys' comments. There it is. All right. So, Orko. Now, I told you I was going to make this video a while ago because I wanted to, we're talking about this new Orko right here. I figured, okay, it'd be kind of cool to show off that Orko. But not just that Orko, but also to talk about all the different Orkos they have made. Now, I don't have all of them, unfortunately. That would have been way cool. Like, I don't have the 80s one, and I don't have the one from Origins. I did, but I got rid of it, so that's kind of stinky. You know what, though? I might have the 2001. Oh, well, I'm not going to get the 2001. So, let's go ahead and talk about first Masterverse. So here we have this new Orko that came in a 2-pack. And there he is. And he comes with this cool waterbender kind of looking thing that hooks onto his base. And you can see it right there. And his cape kind of flies up and he has some articulation. And it's kind of cool with the articulation and stuff. And you could pull this off the base. And then pull these off his hands. Hey, Jason. And have yourself a regular Orko. Now, like I mentioned before, I'm not super keen about the white outfit he has on. Like I mentioned last time, it kind of reminds me of Lord of the Rings, where you have Orko the Burgundy and Orko the White. You know, like Gandalf when he came back and he was Gandalf the White instead of Gandalf the Gray. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I guess once we watch the new cartoon, we'll see what's going on. But in the first cartoon, Revelation, as opposed to, was it Revolution? I'm not sure. You can see here's the Orko they gave us. And I don't have one out of the box right now, but you can kind of see the comparison between the two, where his eyes are just a little bit different, not a lot, but of course his clothes are completely different. His skin tone is also different. He's more vivid blue, while he's more of a faded light blue with a slight bit of purple in it. So you can kind of see this one's more aqua and really dark, or really rich in color in comparison. So those are some of the differences in these Orkos. Like again, the stand is really cool. It's got a lot of movement to it, and it kind of has a whooshing look to it, like his wind is blowing underneath him. And that's kind of cool. And a place to hold his giant blue mystic power that's going around him. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Which again reminds me of Avatar, The Last Airbender, when he has all those 3 different elements going around him. Maybe he has 4 elements, I guess. All right, so let's go and talk about some other Orkos. So here is the Orko that we got with classics. And of course, as you guys know, I think this Orko is really cool. Oh, I forgot to grab the Super 7 one. Hold on a second. Hold up. Here, I thought I had everything ready too. Oh, I guess while I'm grabbing this Orko, I could grab the 2000X one too. So here is the cool Super 7 one. And I have to admit, the Super 7 Orko they made, it is really spectacular. I like it probably better than a lot of other Orkos. Again, it's supposed to go with the 5.5-inch figures. Now, he didn't come with a stand, so I made my own stand. Burp, there's the stand. And the stand goes around the wheels and just clips right in. Just like that. Ooh, ah, now he's held on with that clamping action and puts him about the same height as a 5.5 figure. So there you can see he's about the right height. So there we go. All right. Away with you, Skeletor. Okay, so when we got this Orko, this is so funny. Let me grab the original one out of the box. Out of the box. can get to it. Oh, here we go. Here is the classics Orko. He came in two ways. One was this clear one that changes colors to clear to almost solid, depending if you have hot or cold water. And he was the special Comic-Con version. And we had the regular Orko release. There he is. And what made this Orko kind of fun was, light's gonna have to be on. Let me just angle this. What made this Orko kind of fun is in the box, in the bottom, his accessory is Prince Adam. So you get Orko, and then in the box in the bottom, not a Build-A-Figure, it is a full, complete Prince Adam with an extra head even. And there he is, sleeping on the job again. And so it's kind of funny that that was the only way. You can see right here, includes fully articulated Prince Adam. Which is funny because, you know, he's the big figure and Orko is the small figure. But for some reason, I think that Scott really liked Orko a lot. And he made him out to be like the Green Lantern core when you read his bios and stuff. I mean, they actually even made the sword of He, which is used to turn him into He-Man. So there's a whole lot of stuff. And he kind of is almost like a spy, you know, sent by his group of people in order to, from Trala, in order to protect the sword of He and He-Man and everything else. So it's kind of a weird storyline. Hey, Juan Solo. Hey, Master Far. Hey, Dwight. Hey, Black Phoenix 77. Hey, Waldo. Thanks you guys for joining me. Juan Solo says he has the clear one. Bum, bum, bum. There's the clear one. And the clear one had a special book too, that when you put hot water in the book, or cold water, this is cold water, the Comic-Con sticker would also appear on the book. So here's the book he came with right here, which is actually really well made. I mean, it's highly detailed. It's very, very cool the way the Four Horsemen made this book. Look at that. Look at the detail. Okay. So, one thing about Orko, which is kind of a bummer, is he falls over relatively easy. As you can see, all these keep falling over. So what I did with my Orko is I put a washer on the bottom, then painted the edge black, and just gives him, you know, less falling over ability. He can still fall over. But then we got this other figure here, and this is called the Nameless One, I believe. And for a while, he was a secret hidden figure, and they had him covered with a shroud during one of the Comic-Cons, so you couldn't see who he was. And he's actually the one that I think made all the Snake Men or something. And he came with an alternate head as well. Let's see if I can... Do I have his alternate head? No, his alternate head's still in the box. But one thing I noticed was he has a larger stand, so that's cool. But he has no articulation here on the bottom. Where our Orko, he had an articulation point right there on the bottom, which made it so you could, you know, put him in different poses from the stand. So what I did was I took the best of both worlds. I took the larger stand and put it on Orko. So he has a larger stand now. I added a washer, a couple of them in there to make it so it's super heavy, so he can actually wobble quite a bit. Oh, now he's going to fall over. But anyway, he's a lot harder to fall over than the other ones. And then I went and took Orko's stand and put it in the Nameless One so he can articulate now. So now he has that movement. And then I also added some washers in the bottom of his for extra weight so he can lean with it, rock with it. Otherwise, he'd just fall right over with all this extra weight hanging over the edge. So basically to change the center of gravity. So that's kind of cool now too, because now you can actually do some cool articulation with him and have him do other things besides just standing straight like that. Look at that. And he wants to... Well, the hard part too is my table leans on this side going down. This side's straight up and down. So, some other figures we got is we got Uncle Montag, is that his name? And Drelly, Orko's girlfriend. And they were a special PowerCon release, and they came with these stinky silver stands. It's like, come on, why'd you give us silver stands? So I bought a ton of Orkos in the past, and I kept some of the stands. I actually made my own custom Drelly one time, and when I sold her, I did not sell the stand, so I'd still have a stand for futures. So there you go. Those are the official released ones. Now, because they have the old original Orko stand, it's a very small base, which is why they keep falling over so easy. Someday I should add washers to those. And if you haven't noticed, in the background is my custom Yuckers. Yuckers! There he is. And he was kind of the problem kid from Trala that came to visit. And he's kind of like what you think Orko was to begin with. So I made a cool 3D printed hat you can get on my Shapeways store. And basically I took this Orko right here from Loyal Subjects and turned him around. See, there's his O right there. And switched his arms. And took black electrical tape and made a letter Y. Why? Because we like you. M-O-U-S-E. So, that's how I made my Yuckers. Yuckers. And I think that is all the Orkos. Am I missing any? I guess I could pull out the 2000X one. See, tell you Snake Mountain on December 25th. Happy night. Okay, delight. Wow. Glad you got your Snake Mountain. Excellent. Yeah, I don't have the 80s Orko. I used to have one, but I decided to swap them out for the Super 7 one. Super 7! No, I didn't keep them. I know he had the ripcord and the magic trick, but this one is made so much better for my 80s figures, so... And I don't have the Origins one either. So, there we go. All right, so tell me, those who... Well, like, actually, personally, I'm not an Orko fan. I know it's hard to believe because I have so many of them, just like with the movie stuff. But tell me, which is your favorite Orkos? The 80s Orko was a bit bigger, right? He was a bit bigger than this, which was even weirder because he was so big. It just seemed odd how huge he was. In reality, this should be the size you should use with your 80s figures. I have a whole video on it I made one time comparing the size from the cartoon to this Orko in comparison. And this should be the actual size that you make him for your Origins figures. And you can see he's about the right height if you remember the cartoon. So this is actually closer than something like this or something like the Orko that we got with Origins. Let's see. Dwight says got Sorcerer's Tila today. Nice. Stan, short for Stanley. The blue is more vibrant. That's a good way to put it. Yes, the blue is more vibrant on this Orko here. Maybe it's because he's magically powered up. Yep. Pretty crazy. Again, just not a fan of the white. I guess we'll see how it looks in the cartoon. I was going to mix and match, but you really can't, because this Orko has like little spindly arms. Where he just has arms coming out of his sleeves. Yeah, you can see they connect just right there, where the elbow is. Let's see. Patrick says I agree on his size. Mike's not here. That's his favorite character. Oh, Mike's probably... I'm glad he's not here to hear me say that I dislike Orko. Did you guys see they're also making a new Orko for Mondo? Mondo Orko. He does look pretty cool. If you are an Orko fan. I just can't believe they didn't articulate the bottom of this. I mean, I know why, because he's so heavy. He would have fallen over. He falls over now, just sitting here almost, just from his own weight. But like I said, I do suggest washers on the bottom. That is my secret that I use so they don't fall over as easy. And again, I didn't put them on all of them, but I do have them on this one. I didn't put it on his family over there. I should go to the store and buy some more washers and do that. I wanted to keep this one original. Now, I did make a shorter version of this stand also for Yuckers. Yuck, yuck, yuck. And the shorter stand is so he will match with Origins. So if I decide to take just one of these Orkos here, I can now make a stand that will work with the smaller Orko and have them be the right size for my 5.5 inch figures. Whoop whoop. Orko is hovering liability. I prefer him to be banished from Eternia. Gnomski. Rick, Orko reminds me of these characters from Star Wars. Can't remember their names. The Ewoks? Are those what you're thinking about? Those little teddy bear people that ended up taking out the Empire? That was so ridiculous. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh, Jawas. Yes. With the yellow eyes and the hoods. I just think that's so hilarious. Secret accessory. Prince Adam. Now, it was funny. When I bought this Orko, I actually bought him on Amazon. And the guy didn't have a picture of this. He had a picture of this one. The clear one. Which the clear one's worth more money than the solid one because there's less of them, especially in the package. And I remember contacting Amazon and saying, hey, this guy's picture doesn't match because he is trying to pull a fast one. Trying to say he has a Comic-Con version when really he has a regular edition. So they contacted him. He offered to give me some money back on it. I'm like, okay, I will take the money back and keep the figure. I didn't get all the money back, just the difference of what the figure was worth. Prince Adam for going for up the skirt. Look at that creepy smile on his face, too. Come on, Prince Adam. I was going to try to zoom out with this, but it doesn't work that way. I have to do it on my phone. All right, let me put that back in the box. Back in the box. Look at that. I have the Power Orko. All right. So, Adam was the accessory in Classics. Yes. Adam died. Why is Adam in there? Yeah. It was really weird. You couldn't buy Adam separately. He only came as an accessory to Orko. Makes you wonder, were they afraid they weren't going to sell any Orkos, so they had to throw Adam in there with them too? Yeah, this stand is just too short to go with. Maybe not. I don't know. Should Yuckers be eye height to the other characters? Or should he be skirt height to the other Orko characters? Because here he's skirt height. So he actually looks like he's shorter. With the other stand, though, I made him so he was the same height, but now his eyes are a little above Orko because his hat's smaller. But it does fit nicely for a Classics figure because now He-Man can look at him right in the eyes. We need to double the size and height. We need to double the size and height. Orko was never spelled out that Adam... Oh, yeah, that is true. He actually did tell somebody once accidentally almost, but Man-at-Arms grabbed him and pulled him in the 2000X cartoon and covered his mouth while he was trying to talk. I think he was going to tell Tila one time when he first found out. Now what's weird is Uncle Montauk, or whatever his name is, and Drelly, they actually came with their own little respective wands. So they got an M and a D. So you can kind of see their own wands. So they can still do magic. Oh, it's tighter in his hand. And I think I have Yuckers wand in there too. I'm not sure. Maybe not. But here's Yuckers' original hat, which was really, of course, Orko's hat. Now, I was tempted to paint over the O, but then I realized if I want to turn him back to normal, all I have to do is take off the tape, switch his arms, turn his head around, and put his regular hat back on, and then he's back to normal. I did come with a wand. It came with a yellow wand. He's got his wand. Oh, I was wondering why his wand was yellow. There we go. Which means this must be his. There we go. It looked like they're bubble blowing wands. I shall blow some bubbles. Technique! Technique! Yes, you got to spin around twice. Don't forget it. All right. Orko should have gotten his spin-off show. No! Rick. Do you see an episode of Robot Chicken where Orko and Snarf were ripping on each other? No, I didn't see that one. It sounds funny. M stands for McDonald's. McDonald's. All right. That's all I got. I should have brought the red carpet out this time. So I don't have it out all the time. But thanks for joining me. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. And I will see you guys next video. I'm working on some more cool 3D printing stuff. As you guys know, I have those awesome pillars there. Ooh, I just love those pillars. They came out so cool. My script's almost done for my stop motion. The part I'm printing now is also for the this scene here that you see set up. This is the first scene of my stop motion. So once I get that all done, it'll be pretty cool. Flying nuggets. I could see myself on your iPhone. Wow, Rick. All right. Until next time, good journey.